Okay, we're working on the golf bag, and I ended up drawing where the hand should be, and we had cut out this area here. It's just a little big V cut going in and cutting it next to the bag, and I drew the actual, I did the top of the golf bag where I cut a stop cut, and I cut it down first to have this sticking out just a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and do the hand. Now the hand seems a little bit bigger than it should be, but that's okay. We don't need it perfect to size. It's not a realistic piece, and so we're going to bring the hand down just a little bit, like it's clenching onto something there, and so I put the first cut. There's usually 3 little lines for the fingers, 1 and 2 and 3. Alright, so we can go ahead and put those in. You can use a V cut if you want, a V tool, or you can use your knife. I like using the knife. Sometimes it comes out a little bit crisper than if you use the other, so that's that portion of it. We're going to put the sleeve in yet. Sleeve is this portion right here, because he's going to be wearing a long sleeve shirt. Alright, so we're going to put that in. Now you can use a V-tool for that. Let's show you how that works. Where did I put the other one? I don't see it here. Normally I have it right with me. Okay, I guess I won't show you. Well, I could still show you with the other one. We're going to take a little V-tool here, and we're just going to put a little cut there. Kind of go with the grain when you can with these. Makes life a lot easier with cutting. And so what I do with the knife is I trim this top one off a little bit. Now I'm going to just make a little bit of a, there you go, just round things off a little bit. Okay, take off any of the markings and stuff. Alright, looks pretty good. So we have his arm, and we've got his hand there. We've got the golf bag. They usually, I really haven't, I'm not a golfer, so I don't know that much about golfing. But I will put 2 little like bands that they have going across the golf bag, and I'm going to carve these in individually. So what you want to do is a nice sharp knife, and then I'm going to spray this just to make it a little bit easier, so when we cut it. I'm going to cut each line down first, 1, 2, and 3, alright, and I'm going to do a stop cut where I'm going to just follow this line around to there, and then we're going to take this, these are going to be layered on top of one another, of course, so you take this one out first, top one you do first, and then we'll do the second one, which we already did the bottom line. Try to get a good cut right there where the corners are. When you do this with a nice sharp knife, it will pop right out for you, or it should anyway. And because I'm going against the grain, I'll go the opposite way. Alright. And again, here, I had already done that, so we'll put the last one in here. So there's our 3 little golf equipment things. I don't know what, golf clubs, that's right. Told you I don't know much about golfing. These farmers didn't do much golfing. I do take that back. There was one farmer I knew, he loved to golf all the time. He used to work for my dad, and years ago. He bought his own farm later on down in Delaware, and he loved the golf. He just really was happy with it. Alright, now we're going to put those little lines in. Let's get our little V tool again. And I think it's here somewhere. Hang on. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. We're going to put two little bands down this way as well. So and take it up to the other side. Try to make the band the same size. Always mindful, you always have to be mindful how the grain is running. If you're not, you're going to end up with really being frustrated, because that thing will not go against the grain really well, unless it's really sharp. And you know, most of us carvers have our tools pretty sharp, so you don't notice it as much. But it's always easier to go with the grain than against the grain. So I'm just going to soften these edges a little bit by cutting them back just a little bit. And I think they have a line going up through the center. I think that's what I did with this one. Yeah, I have a little line going up through the center of the bag. So right up here, like right there. Alright, so there's our, we've got to finish up the foot here, so we're going to put a little bit of a heel in here yet. And then I'll notch each corner out a little bit, like I normally do, and I'm going to clean that up a little bit, just get rid of that rough stuff on it, on the shoe. Okay. Same thing here, we're going to put a little bit of a notch here. And we're going to go in a little bit either side. Alright, again we're going to clean it up a little bit. That's pretty well done to my satisfaction for the most part. I want to take just the rough stuff off everywhere before I paint it. I'm going to be fussing with that a lot when I'm offline. But that's pretty well it. Oh, no, it's not it. Hang on. We have more. He's actually wearing a little bit of a vest on the back, so you won't really see his clothing in the front, but let's put a little vest on him, which consists of a little V in the back, on the very back portion of his shirt.